I'm pretty sure without a doubt that you've all heard about the tragic incident that occurred in the Smoky Mountains in Appalachia in the mid-1900s. This tragic incident occurred on June 14, 1969. Dennis Lloyd Martin, age 7 at the time, had went hiking with his father William Martin, his brother Douglas, and his grandfather Clyde in the Appalachian Mountains for Father's Day. Dennis's family always hiked in the mountains for Father's Day. Dennis and his family hiked the Appalachian Trail from Cades Cove, 7 miles to a more secluded area of Appalachia called Spencefield. This is the speculated or specific area of where the Martin family unpacked and settled down to camp. Upon arrival, they would meet another unrelated Martin family. The family also had 2 kids. The family greeted each other, and the kids went and started playing hide and seek, while the parents settled down and chatted. At around 4 or 4:30 is the speculated time frame where the children huddled together and planned something. What the children had in mind was to try to play a prank and sneak around to scare their parents. The parents could see what they were planning, but played along. The kids spoke and ultimately agreed they would go separate ways. Dennis was casted away from them and sent in the opposite direction alone and out of view of anyone to see him because of his bright red shirt. Little did any of them know this would sadly be the last possible sighting of Dennis Lloyd Martin. The kids all planned to jump out at once to scare the parents at once. They all jumped out but Dennis. They waited but still no show. Dennis's father, William, grew anxious as he shouted for his son Dennis. Dennis's father walked a mile in each direction, shouting Dennis's name. Ultimately, when they couldn't find him grandfather, Clyde hiked the 7 miles back to Cove to alert and tell the park rangers so they could alert the police. By the time grandfather had reported the incident to the local park rangers, the night had grew darker and colder, and there was heavy rain. The heavy rain had washed away any type of prints or evidence that could lead to where Dennis had gone. Dennis's father searched repetitively for him, but no luck. Ultimately, the authorities were informed and arrived shortly afterwards. By the time of arrival, most of the prints or clues had been washed away due to the harsh weather conditions and floods that had occurred. The park rangers then sparked the most intense search party in the park's history. Over 1,400 people volunteered to help find Dennis. The FBI and the thousands of volunteers searched endlessly for Dennis, even interrogating locals that were in the area of when the event took place. The Green Berets were then deployed and took behalf from the task to find the missing boy Dennis. Dennis's father grew more and more frustrated and feeling guilty that he didn't watch his son more carefully. The volunteers searched and only found dead ends. The same with the Green Berets. They couldn't determine what happened to Dennis or where Dennis could have gone. Eventually they found a child-sized shoe print. It was a white Oxford shoe print, and it belonged to Dennis. And besides, Dennis' footprint was another print. This one was a more larger adult-like print, but this print was a barefoot print. It put everybody in shock and confusion. Was Dennis taken by this man? If he was, why and how was he taken that quickly? He had only been alone for 2 minutes before they searched in each mile direction for Dennis. Ultimately, a man and his family came forward explaining that he and his family had been camping together for Father's Day weekend and that they were having a picnic. They then explained that as they were eating, they were glancing off into the forest, and as they were, they seen a man. This man stood out because, frankly, he wasn't wearing any clothes. He had an unkempt beard going from his chin, to his chest, his hair also unkempt, all shaggy, like he never cut it before he looked gaunt and dirty. He then let out the most blood-curdling scream ever. They said this man was holding something over his shoulder. They then said it looked like to be a red shirt. Dennis also wore a red shirt that previous day. People believe that these are the feral people that live in the mountains of the Appalachia. They are described as gaunt, naked, feral, and unkempt, and they are cannibals. They believe that a feral man abducted Dennis and ultimately took his life and consumed him. Sadly, Dennis Lloyd Martin has still never been found to this day and begs the question, where is Dennis Martin? Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.